Okay, everybody, let's give Austin a hand.
All right, so defining a person's never easy, if not impossible. What makes a person up is really subjective, and the characteristics that people consider defining vary a lot from person to person. You know, what means a lot to one person means nothing to another. But for me, what defines a person is the values and activities that they partake in the most. And with that being said, I want to introduce my classmate and friend, Evan Davis. And today I want to give you guys a better understanding of what makes up Evan. In my time getting to know Evan, I learned a great many things about his values and his goals and his interests. And the biggest thing I learned about were his values and career, which is what I plan to convey throughout this speech. And while a person certainly isn't limited to their goals and their careers, I think that Evan's goals and careers are central to him as his identity. I think it's a really important part of him because he built up a lot of his life around that from what I've gotten to know about him. This is among many other notable facets of his person. And I've been interviewing over the course of the week, and I think you guys are going to find my discoveries to be interesting. So first I'm going to start by talking about his background, his educational and career goals, and then I'm going to talk about his interests and hobbies. So Evan was raised in a pretty classic American home. His mother and father are both college graduates. His dad went to University of Missouri-Rolla, and his mom went to Western Michigan. His mother is an accountant, and as you might guess, education and hard work were very important in this household. But Evan did tell me his parents are not particularly strict and kind of allowed him to shape his own path and have some independence in his life. In high school, Evan partook in sports a lot. Sports was very central to his identity, and he was captain of the football team even. He even told me at times he prioritized sports to school. Who didn't? He told me at times he wished he had focused a bit more on school, but that he hadn't found his passion in school. And these things aren't uncommon. A lot of people don't find their passion in school. I mean, who remembers the Pythagorean theorem? So Evan definitely wasn't struggling with a lack of ability, as I'll get to more on that later, but rather he just wasn't really engaged with some of the topics he learned in school. And as you're going to see, these early struggles to maintain focus didn't hold him back from finding his passion later on in college and learning what he needed to pursue to find happiness. So fast forward to present day, Evan is 21 years old and holds an associate's degree and is currently months away from attaining his bachelor's. He attended Washita Community College for 2 years and got his associate's in journalism, and this is where he kind of found his passion for writing. And after that, he decided to come here and continue his educational career to pursue to further his studies and his passion for journalism. And now he's a senior at UMKC and looking to finish his bachelor's in mass communication and journalism. In accordance with his studies, he's working as a sports journalist right here at UMKC. He covers multiple sports, including men's and women's basketball and men's and women's soccer. He told me his favorite to cover is men's basketball. Not only does his passion extend to education, but he currently has his own blog for sports coverage. So in addition to what he covers here at UMKC, he has a blog that covers college basketball, football, NBA, and NFL. And he's even completed an internship for U News where he worked as a journalist. And as you would have guessed, he plans to pursue journalism as a career. And with his experience and background, I have no doubt Evan's going to be a fantastic journalist. And as I mentioned earlier, career does not define a person as a whole, but I do think it really played an integral role in Evan's life and still does. And now that I've shed some light on his career goals, I'm going to discuss his hobbies and values. So his hobbies are pretty similar to his career goals, actually, or his career pursuits. He writes movie reviews as a hobby, and this is entirely different than sports coverage, but it's just different enough to call it a hobby, I guess. And his favorite movies are Gridiron Gang and Coach Carter, and he's written movie reviews on Avengers Endgame and Dark Phoenix. And his favorite teams are the Philadelphia Eagles, Michigan State Spartans, and the Charlotte Hornets. And now that we've gotten to know him a bit better, I think it's time we wrap things up.